This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Rabbi Sai, as the Siyum for the Indian of this great discussion that we have, Rabbi Glatstein with us, we're going to ask a question. A question I hope it will bring something of chizuk to the item. The question is, as the Yomei HaPurim is mamash mashimu boin, we're coming towards a holiest kiblua, a certain element of Kabbalah Torah, and we're going to do our learning or whatever for Purim. What would the Rav suggest? Many people, everyone has something to be mischazik in, something they can take a step further. What would you suggest is a small step that you've seen before can lead to many big steps?
Oh.
I'm going to tell you something that I don't know what it is. It's something that I feel personally and have a very strong sensitivity toward. And I don't know if someone else would say the same thing. I can only tell you what I think. And I think one of the biggest challenges of our time for young people is they're tethered to their phone. And we're tethered to our phone. And it's mafsik, kimat, every single aspect of our life. Whatever we're involved in, but it's, being that and the phone. Taking a picture of it, recording it, looking at it, being interrupted by it. And the way Divrei Kedusha work, it's like a phone. I'll give you a mashal. My phone, when you get a phone that's new, so then you could use it the whole day, and by the end of the day, it's on 60%. And like 5 months later, at the end of the day, it's on 10%. And like 3 months later, after 2 hours, it's almost dead, right? And then you want to charge the phone. So here's the mashal. When you charge a phone, and you charge a phone for 3 minutes, it goes up 1%. When you charge it for 10 minutes, it goes up like 5%. When you charge it for an hour, it goes up 60%. It doesn't go up commensurate with the amount of time. It needs consistency. Once it gets really warmed up, that's when the charging takes place. It's the same thing with ruchnias. If you think you're going to learn for 40 minutes, but it's going to be a minute and a text and a minute and a WhatsApp and a minute and an email, you never warm up. And you could go through a limud, and it's not really mashpia on you because you're not giving yourself over to the learning. You're not immersing yourself over to the learning. Same thing with tefillah. The most important thing you could do in your life is you take a Kabbalah, you don't bring a phone into a shul. B'chlam. It doesn't belong there. It can't be there. You cannot have a phone on you and daven. So a person has to make a defining decision. Am I an Orthodox religious Jew? If you are, can't have a phone in the shul. Period. Cannot be in the shul. If you have your phone on you, you're not. What's tefillah? Tefillah is ula avdoi b'chol levavchem. You're going to serve Hashem with all your heart. Now, we all know, even if we don't have our phone on us, it's hard to serve Hashem with all your heart. But if you have a phone on you, you're not even trying. You're not even giving it a shot because your attention is divided. Your tefillah will change forever. Your learning will change. And it will make your life easier. Nobody could bother you. During Torah and tefillah, just don't have it on you. Leave it in the car. To me, that's the single most important thing that you could do. Otherwise, you can never charge yourself up. You can't charge yourself up. Your spiritual battery will always remain on, like, you know how the phone, when it's on 5%, you can't say, sometimes you can't take a picture and the flash doesn't work, and I can't use the cam scan. There are features that don't work when you're on low. Same thing, ruchnias. You want to make sure you're fully charged. To be fully charged, you got to be plugged in with consistency. So my humble suggestion, and in my shul, we have something called cell phone locker. You cannot walk into our shul with a phone. You can't come in the shul. I allow people in al manas. They have no reshus to walk in with a phone. Otherwise, you're doing like ancient lip service to the custom of the ancient Hebrews who used to daven. So you're coming to shul with the phone and you go like this. You're not actually davening. You're just like paying homage to the old Jewish custom of tefillah. If you have the phone on you and you're looking at, you're not actually learning. You're like remembering the ancient practice of Jews who used to learn back in the day. Learning means it's immersive. Davening is immersive. Ruchnius is immersive. You have to at least try to be fully given over to it. I think that small step, one small step for man, one large step for mankind, that could be a very big accomplishment. What?
As far as Arif is lockers in the front.
You have to, and you always have to be careful what you ask.
I couldn't have asked for better.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.